is sort of coming to the end of week 2, which has been successful to this point. Week 2 is really where we move into the helicopter and the world gets pretty serious. So the week started with the rappellers just doing open area rappels at about 150 feet, which we then progressively increase the height up to between 2 and 250, then 300 feet, and they've got to be able to consistently do rappels at 300 feet. We also then introduced to them doing emergency tie-offs under the helicopter, which they've done it on the tower at about 60 feet, but now they've got to do it at about 100 feet under the helicopter. And again, they've got to be able to do it safely and consistently before we permit them to move into the canopy.
We're in a pretty sterile environment on the tower, whereas today out here in the open, the forest, you know, we've got trees whipping around, ropes getting caught. You have to be able to time and gauge your swing on the rope, and when you go to the ground, when you don't go to the ground, when your partner needs to assist you. So ropes do get caught up, so it's imperative that the person on the ground assists their partner as they come down, and even when the ropes might be slightly tangled on the ground, their job is to clear their rope for their partner. It's all about teamwork.
The part of being a rappel pilot, it's different from our normal role as being a firebombing pilot, which is you're on your own in the aircraft, whereas with the rappel program we work as a team through the rappel dispatcher, through the crew leader, and then through the rappel crew itself. The dispatcher in the back, he's painting a picture for the pilot. In the event of something happening or going wrong with the aircraft, we need to know where the rappellers are. If they're close by the door, we'll get them back into the security of the aircraft, drop the ropes and try and fly away the best we can. If they're close to the ground, we'll just have to hold until such time as they're on the ground, then we'll drop the ropes and we're out. So that's the picture that he's painting all the time. It's a lot of words for the crewman or the dispatcher. It's designed so that we're all in the same picture and we know exactly where everyone is at the same time.
I've been rappelling back home for the past 4 years, but coming down here, they do things a little bit differently than back home. The biggest difference is you're rappelling with a partner. Back home, we only go out one side of the helicopter and you're just kind of focused by yourself to get the job done. Whereas here, it's much more team-oriented of looking out for your partner.
The training is very serious. There is only one way, it's the procedure. But the thing I like is the bonding. People get together, they don't know anybody, each other at the start of the season generally. And even now, we're week 2, and these people are their best friends. They've been living together, training together, experiencing the highs and lows of, you know, pretty strenuous training. And it's just fantastic to see young people bonding so well.
I think the training here has been phenomenal so far. They really press teamwork and that team cohesion, looking out for each other so much, which has, I think, just made the environment of working together really awesome to see, and you feel really supported.
This second week's always the one where it tests the rappellers. They've had a week on the tower, especially the first year rappellers. It all starts to come together. They realise why we've been so hard on them on the tower and reinforcing the basics over and over again. And it really is the light bulb moment for the majority of them. As I said, some just sometimes take a little bit longer than others.
Surprisingly, over 30 years, the program has evolved, but we still do the same thing. It's all about safety. The program has stood the test of time. We've had to do thousands and thousands of rappel every year. So in my time, we've probably done well over 100,000 rappels. The safety record is second to none, and it's something to be extremely proud of.
I've been very fortunate to have had 17 years experience in the rappel program, and I see the training right from the very start. The training that DECA provide for rappel is that it's an extremely high standard, and there is no way that if you know anything less than 100% that you'll get through.
But I'd really encourage any firefighter out there with a couple of years experience, you know, get on the chainsaw, build your skills. If you're fit, willing to work hard, follow procedure, discipline, it's a great job. I wouldn't have been in the program for over 30 years if it's not. It's something I'd thoroughly encourage every firefighter to have a go at.
It's rare that most people understand what goes on out there in the field. an aggressive initial attack to keep a fire small and contained. Today might tomorrow have been the great alpine fire of this year and this season. And people don't see that, and as I say, the walking out in the middle of the night, and if the terrain looks steep from inside the helicopter, I can imagine it's just horrendous being out there. The crews are fit, they're young, they're excited, and very well trained. When you see the big picture, you can understand the value of what this Rappel program has.